dancers, Sandra Hayes, and Back to the Future, Sandra Hayes.
Good evening everyone. I don't know how you feel, but I'm really glad to see you all here tonight, and I'm really glad to be here myself. For those of you who attend all the time or often, you might have noticed since we started this year I actually haven't been here very often. And there's a very good reason for that. I had a bit of an altercation with cricket bat. I had my family who moved down from Sydney stay with us over January, Christmas and January. And as you do in summer, you go outside and you play cricket in the backyard, backyard cricket. Well, I was rather keen to have my turn, and I couldn't get my 8-year-old grandson out. So I clearly got a bit close, and when he went for the ball, he actually got me right under the chin, tipped my head right back and knocking me to the ground. Look, I knew at the time that I had done a bit of neck damage, and I'd had problems with it before, but I thought it'd be all right if I just keep do my exercises and my twisting and turning, that all would be well. But as the weeks went on, a few weeks later, I found myself in absolutely excruciating pain. My back went into spasms. I could not walk. I could not sit. I could not lie down without absolutely screaming like somebody was trying to put a knife in me. At this point, my husband thought it was probably a good idea to go to the doctor, which we did. And I came out with some Valium and anti-inflammatories. Valium to relax the muscles and stop spasms, and Valium. Now, neither of these things did I want to be on for any great length of time, so as soon as I could walk around, it was off to get the x-rays to see what damage had actually been done. And I found that my neck had a severe whiplash, but the joints in my spine had been pushed together and locked, which was hitting a nerve, hence putting my muscles into spasm. So from there it was trips to, multiple trips to the physio, which is still happening, and remedial massage, when I can afford it. And, you know, week by week it feels really good. I am getting better and better. Now, I'm not telling you all this for you to feel sorry for me, but I would like to share what I've learned over the last few months in the hope that I could inspire you to really look after your back and have a great back for the future. So at this point, I'd really like you all to stand up. And I want to watch all of you stand up straight. If someone said to you stand up straight, what would you do? That looks about right. And you're all very unnatural and uncomfortable. So you can just relax for a bit, but I want to show you a much better way, a much more comfortable way to have a good posture. All do this. And I want you to imagine between your fingers is a pin. Now it's a very sharp pin. And I want you to imagine putting it between your cheeks. Horizontally, not vertically, because vertically would hurt. And you hold it in, grabbing your cheeks. So you hold it in. We all doing that? Now what is actually happening here? You actually stand up straight properly. Your shoulders aren't unnaturally pulled back, but it is much more comfortable, and you stand up straight. But there's more benefits to this. This is, for women, multitasking. You're actually using your stomach muscles. And you're also using these muscles and thrust girls, that's really good. And you're using your muscles in your legs. So for women, this is called multitasking, and for men, it's called difficult. Posture is so important, because if you are not standing up properly, you're actually putting pressure on other parts of your spine. Eventually, this is going to, I forget, yeah, and make you very vulnerable to injury. And eventually it will be, and this is what has happened to me with the spine. You can also get that. lift something up, bending their back. We have our backyard being paved at the moment, or our courtyard, and I absolutely cringe watching them pick up a paver. It is a recipe for disaster. The muscles in your back, which is really important to get these exercised, are then hold everything together. Spine, skeletal muscles. If they're not, if you're not looking after those, once again, it is a recipe for disaster. It makes you very vulnerable to injury. It's your legs and your arms that you use for lifting. To an injury, there actually is a real upside, or to my injury, there was a bit of an upside, because for quite some time I was absolutely capable of doing anything, which meant my husband had to do the vacuum cleaning, the washing, the ironing, and that was all good, but after a certain amount of time you get really frustrated that you cannot do anything. You lift. So I became very grateful for my help, and knowing that bit by bit I was actually getting better, day by day, every way, I was getting better. But there was another really good upside. All of my clothes that I wear to work or back out, all my pants are long. And I've always worn either stilettos or high heel boots. Well, I actually can't do that at the moment, so I have to go and get some boots. Some serious retail therapy. Now, I haven't finished yet, I still have to go out and get some other things, but you know, it's all good. Sorry guys, you just have to pay. But in doing that, there's a little story to getting these boots. I went in, it took me 2 days because I could only go out walking for an hour and a half tops. So I went into Myers, the other day. I specifically went to Myers because I thought they'll have a really big range and I won't have to go through South Lane. So I go through Myers and I pick up 4 pairs of boots on their rack. Stood there and watched the attendants just walk past me into their thing. Eventually, they were called out and one of them helped me and said, look, I'd really like to try these 4 boots in my size. I said, yep. So he brought them out and stuck them on the chair next to me and said, there you go. Okay. So I tried on the boots. Ended up making a long story short, I got my boots. But in going to pay for them, the lady said to me, oh look, Mark will help you with that. And she must have just seen the look on my face. And she said, oh, I will. I'll come and help you with the cash register. Going through that process, I couldn't help but give her my absolute recommendations for improved service. In the nicest possible way. And it does pay to speak up because I've got a free $30 scarf. So there is a downside. So if you want a good back for the future, my recommendations are: be aware of your posture and keep your pin in. And it's really good. Not exercise. Exercise. If you don't use it, you lose it. And if something does happen, don't wait to seek professional advice because you're only getting worse. Stay away from 8-year-old kids with cricket bats. And always look for the upside because there will be none. And my great wish and desire for you is to